waited Genshin for ages to do this. Wuthering Waves did it in a couple months. I didn't trash Genshin too hard because at some point of time, majority of the players have already accepted that they will never intend to add this into the game. And now, I guess they have, but it is overly complicated to understand, it is clunky, it is a bit janky, and clearly players aren't too happy about it because you have to go back and forth to make some changes into your artifact pieces instead of doing it like Wuthering Waves does it. Very simple, you want to put this set into another character, bam, drag and drop. Switch it back afterwards because it's not their set. No complications, you can just go back to gaming after. What I have been asking for artifact loadouts is exactly what Wuthering Waves have done. I don't know what the hell Genshin Dev is even thinking when they made this because it is completely wrong and it's not at all what I imagined for it to be. Hey, it has truly been quite a bit since I last do this type of video. I really want to do it, but there has been an overwhelming good amount of content in both Zenless Zone Zero and Wuthering Waves, and I have just been enjoying my time making contents of me just playing that game, doing some pulling session. Oh, I won 50-50. We might even go for S1, not gonna lie. Wait, what? No way. No way. No way, no way, no way.
Meanwhile,
Please. No. No. I don't even have. No, I do have her. I don't want her. I've been losing 50-50 back and forth. It's been great. Now, I know it's a bit late to cover this topic. Scratch that. Almost all the topics I saved up here in this video, you can kind of say that they're all pretty outdated, but that's the point of the monthly recap, and it's just to remind you how depressing the gacha space is.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But all in all, I hope you enjoy. Now let's get back to the topic here. I just find it a little bit funny how the only times when ZZZ had a spike in their profits is when they released these OP characters. They're just completely power crap past version characters. They are able to solo certain contents in the game, and then not even the S rank version of the mascot of the game, NB. Trust me, NB sucks ass. I know a lot of people like to believe that she's good. I personally, myself, like Harumasa so much more. Either way, the mascot herself cannot save the game. They instead tank the revenue during that time. It really says a lot about what the community really wants, and it's not just about waifu material or make the past characters more goonable. The devs actually have to take this into account and actually improve the characters' gameplay and make their kits flexible. Yixuan and Miyabi has those things. Designs are amazing and so are the kits. Saw this on Twitter. Wuthering Waves version 2.4 is another hit to the game. It is not something to miss out, especially when you enjoy surrounding yourself with all these other gacha games. Wuthering Waves is one of the games that you need to start grinding now. Story is fantastic, it's not dragged on too much. And if you're not here for the story, there's a skip button that we can always brag about the game, you know. The world building kept getting better and better. And with Septimon arrival, I'm nothing but more impressed that we're getting world designs from a Greek mythology perspective. I have zero disappointments on the characters that we've been introduced here. Both Cartethyia and Lupa, and of course Augusta, all that, they made a really good introduction of themselves. And we're shown time and time again how fantastic the graphic of the game is. Yes, not everyone are able to experience this. Mobile players won't even get to taste an inch of the new settings, but I just love how mature this game looks. There's even like these flowers flowing around and these leaves where you can just use your basic attack and the leaves will flow around surrounding you. That's only on PC. Mobile player can't get a single taste of it. I think you guys will be happy to hear this news. Paimon's old VA, Corina Boatger.
Hope this helps.
I assume you already know the story where she will not continue working unless Hoyoverse becomes union with SAG-AFTRA, and while it has been confirmed, and currently already been voiceover in the game, I will let it play for you to listen to it.
Okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing us the opposite. So, if you had a nightmare, maybe all you need is something to cheer you up.
I actually love how Paimon sounds right now. I know that's crazy, her pitch voice have been softened up and toned down a bit, and she just kinda sound sweet. It's actually very heartwarming. Of course, it's not just Paimon here. We also have Kaylee Millis have officially been recast in Genshin, which is Kaching's voice actor. This is a video of how she sounds like before and after.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it. Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Please don't worry, Paimon. Our defenses are as stable as can be, and all units are elite officers who have served in the Guili Plains.
I actually really like how Kachin seems to have a slight more mature tone now. I say this is some good news for the Genshin players. But yeah, let me know which one you like more, both Paimon and Kachin, new ones or old ones, in the comment section. At first glance, I know already that this does not look like AI at all. There's too much consistency for it to be AI. Lighting stayed on the left side, highlights in every left corner of her body stay true to the lighting. With how many patterns you see on her belt, you would think that AI would make any clipping issues, but no, there's no clipping here, there's no clipping there. The folds seem to be in the right place and the shadows are not in the slightest deformed, too long or too short at all. And if you're still not satisfied because she tilted her body a little bit, Captain Cabinets here made a 3D model pose as the character, and if you want the 2D version, I also did a little sketch and guidelines to the pose. I would love to go in depth into this, but to put it short, it is also not AI. It's just someone that paint the colors on top of the sketches or line art layer. This isn't a big deal or anything, but god, I want this to be a choice in the game because damn, Miyabi actually looks cute here. Instead of the long hair, I actually much prefer with the short hair. I don't want to get all serious, but I do think that yeah, after all the fan service, boobs, cleavage, ass feet that we got to see in Zone Zero, you would think they would raise it to 60 plus already, especially they stated this game as violence. So I had to check the Play Store myself, and well, I guess they toned it down a bit, but really that doesn't do much. Enough about that, why is nobody even talking about how low the rating this game has in comparison to any other Hoyo games? Glad this guy made some sort of calculation on the light cone being 16 times the rewards of Wuthering Waves event. Gilded Nightmarket. Some people would most likely want to believe that HSR is less predatory due to that. In some way, I can understand that. But if you look into this perspective, if you missed out on Wuthering Waves event, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But if you missed out on HSR's event, that's just miserable. But here's my take on this. Despite these being gacha games which is already feeding onto your pockets to begin with, that's the point of gacha games, collecting your waifus, husbandos, catering to these gooners. This is how they make their profits. Bonus if they make exclusive cosmetics and such, and it shouldn't go any further than that. They are both predatory, 100% they are both predatory.
Alright, give me the money!
And these types of event of manipulating your players to use their currencies on banners they may or may not want to should not be normalized.
Put it in!
I've covered this game in past monthly recap, and I still think that majority of the gacha community won't touch upon this game at all. And it's not that this game is bad or unpolished. As a matter of fact, I say that they have done an amazing job in making this game better than it was before. The transportations, the vehicles seems to be making the exploration a lot of fun. I just think it will only be for a moment. They have dope looking characters, although the MC just looks like every other MCs at this point. Combat is fantastic. They seem to touch upon a lot of things, fluid movements, fast-paced hack and slash, and I always appreciate parry mechanics in these games. It's always good to have that. They straight up even add GTA's wanted system, and you can actually become a criminal. Yeah, this will be fun. Not to mention they will actually remove all 50/50s in the banner, the characters and weapons both. You haven't seen that in any Hoyo games at all. That is definitely one of their best selling points. No 50/50s. That would definitely have a lot of people wanting to play this game. But let's be honest here, there's going to be games like Ananta coming. Not anytime soon, I'm sure. But look, players are very overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed with the amount of gachas just popping out here and there. Arknights Enfield, Azure Promelia, probably another I'll have to pass on. Rewinding Cadence looks kind of good. And just release a gameplay trailer, looks kind of amazing. Then there's Silver Palace. Another one of those gacha that will break the normie barrier like Genshin did and definitely change the gacha space once again. It is going to be insane, and I can't play all these gacha games.
Deja vu!
If you want to play NTE, Neverness to Everness, go for it. My prediction is that most players will enjoy the game for the first 2 to 3 months. It will die down afterwards. Then 2.0 comes, they will return and repeat. It's always the same thing. Last, I want to mention something that's been going on with the Genshin Impact community. It bothers me so much how out of touch the devs are. We are all aware that Genshin is the most profitable product Hoyoverse has ever made. Even Zone Zero, catering to all these goodness, which usually the case why gacha games able to reach a decent amount of revenues in the market in the first place, right? Yet, Genshin devs can't be bothered to treat their own players like actual human beings.
Sell your soul for a couple of bucks.
I'd bet my soul he wouldn't. That depends. How much money we talking about?
62 cents.
I'll take the money.
Is that just wallets preparing to get milked moments after another character that was teased since version 1.x to come out, which is Dainsleif, probably gonna sell crazy once again. So what am I talking about here? What is Bran here talking about? Stygian Onslaught, a permanent endgame mode that was recently dropped in Genshin, and players are hating the shit out of this. And believe me, that is not a bad thing. Even the CCs are getting in on it. Here's Brown's take. I think it's as if you're gonna put cool looking weapon skins behind hyper inflated HP enemies and a boring ass timer. Again, without adding something new and interesting like reaction based mechanics, you should at least get to keep them, and they shouldn't expire every patch. As always, Genshin's endgame requires timer, and even worse, this time around, HP inflation. As always, increase a bunch of put a million HP in one monster. The rewards are weapon skins, skins to die for. They look amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. We'll get into that in a bit. The person here said, I thought the weapons didn't expire, only the time window to claim them. Brown says, people told me the weapons also do. Even if they also don't, unnecessary FOMO is a terrible thing because it is unnecessary. It genuinely is. It shouldn't be time gating. It should be permanent for anyone that want to play Genshin. They can get in, they can get their character strong, and they can beat the endgame content anytime they went there, and they be rewarded. There shouldn't be a time window like this. This is awful. This is bad game designs. And Brown here suggested just give keys like envisage echoes, add new skins to each patch, keep old ones, and let players decide what to unlock. I completely agree with this because if you don't already know, the Imaginary Theater is also another endgame where you get these keys and you can unlock one of those flying echoes thing behind your characters. It looks kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, it's not in comparison to the weapons. The weapon skin just looks really cool and very fitting to a lot of characters' drip. This is what the weapons look like for Eula, and there's also a bunch of other color sets. Like I said, I don't play Genshin anymore, so I wouldn't know that this weapon changes color, but we'll get into more of that after this one. Doro44 here said, why would you make weapon skins not a permanent reward for the new endgame? Yeah, that genuinely does pisses people off. The content is hard enough as it is for you to get past it. It is so difficult to the point that you might even need your CC's character. This person said they want people to wail and get new characters in every version in order to clear this endgame to get the skins. Absolutely bullshit. Yes. It is quite bad, and it shouldn't be the way to make contents harder. This is what the Kinich weapon looks like. I mean, it looks terrific. I love it. I mean, sure, people can joke around about it. You need SSR5 for this slop. The weapon looks great.
Are you serious?
It's just that it's so expensive, and it's basically impossible to get it in the first place. So yeah, it won't be worth it. It's not gonna be worth your time getting it either. And worst part is, this weapon will be gone, because there's still time limit to how long you can hold on to the skin. That will take you to whale on a predatory game to gain it. It is such an awful game design. Captain Cabinet said, people with C6 Mavuika can't even match Stygian Onslaught. There you have it. If to the point that you can't even beat the content of the game using a C6 character, a full upgraded character, then there's no point into playing this game. If this is what it takes for you to beat this content, the devs do not give a flying f about the players anymore. I do recommend players to just quit Genshin at this point. Why play a game that clearly requires you to spend $1,000 and do not say that you stay for the story? The game generally just becomes worse and worse. I don't know what they are doing. This person said, I don't play Genshin, but isn't hard content what people were asking for, so they give hard content and people still bitch about it? No, making hyper HP inflation and put a timer on it does not equal hard content. Proof is, Wuthering Waves' hardest content right now is an event. Is it difficult? Yes. Do you need to acquire S6 5-star? No. Will they give buffs through dodging? Yes, sometimes. Are minions there to annoy you from fighting the actual boss? Yes. But if you kill those minions, you gain buffs. This is balance. Don't get me wrong, it is still gonna be difficult for you to play as an F2P, but F2Ps are more than enough capable to beat it. I have one last message for Genshin players out there. I've experienced this myself, and it's one of the reasons why I didn't quit Genshin sooner despite not even enjoying the contents of the game that was given. Sunk cost fallacy. We have spent hundreds of dollars into the game, some of you maybe even thousands, invested too much time progressing into the game, knowing full well that it is going absolutely nowhere. Players are not appreciated here by the devs, and I mean Genshin devs specifically. I have no idea why. Maybe because it's just so clear that some of you are completely brainwashed. I mean, just look at the recent revenue report. Always have to mention this every time I cover this. This is not an official report or anything, but it is a decent site to cover baseline of these gacha games. And look, I'll be honest, I'm not surprised or anything. I kind of expect Genshin to constantly have like a decent revenue chart over and over. Like it barely goes down, even during filler patch. But man, just bring back Skirk, Tartaglia's teacher, and bam, just like that, profits have skyrocketed. It's always like this. And not to mention, they've already shown like Dainsleif gameplay a slight bit during the latest Archon quest. And yeah, I can guarantee you that all these players are just waiting for them to release Dainsleif. Revenues are gonna go higher and higher in the future. Meanwhile, the game alone remains the same. But yeah, like I said, just because of Skirk's recent release, Genshin was able to top even the most goonable games out of all the gooning genres in the gacha space, Love and Deep Space. And you know shit is real when Love and Deep Space sits below any other gacha games. Now we have Wuthering Waves on the other hand. You may think this is not good because Genshin kind of doubled their revenue, but believe me, jumping from 25 million to this on only the first half is amazing enough to say the least. And just imagine how well Wuthering Waves will do on Lupa's banner as well. I mean, I just finished the latest main quest, and I gotta say, I have no doubt that she will do well. Probably the best main quest they've ever written as well. She would definitely sell. And just like I said before, Xenozone Zero, due to the latest character Yixuan being game breaking just like Miyabi as well, but that leads the revenue to spike. And that's fine by me. I love Xenozone Zero. I hope they do well. And speaking of Xenozone Zero, next patch is a filler. I mean, seriously, we're getting a swimsuit outfit. Yeah, we're getting a beach episode. Although I will be pulling for Miyabi's Mindscape. And to be honest, I don't think I mind at all that we're getting a beach episode. I kinda like the game already as it is, because at the end of the day, the contents are very rewarding to play, so I'm actually happy with the state of the game. So I don't mind. Oh wow, we actually went a bit off topic from Genshin's new permanent endgame Stygian Onslaught. But oh well, that's about all I want to say in this video. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy, hit that like and subscribe button. That would definitely be appreciated. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.